Hey guys, Carl Cooper here with OnTheBlack.com, here to give you a Mets-Orioles series recap. So the Mets lost 2 out of 3 to the Orioles, and they remain 3 games back. And really, sort of the main theme of this series, in my opinion, is that the Mets missed a golden opportunity to catch up a few games on the Phillies here. Like I said, the Mets are 3 games back, but the Phillies just got swept by Toronto, and the Mets, losing 2 out of 3 to the Orioles. The Mets could either be 2 games, or if they would have swept the Orioles, they'd be 1 game back right now. So I think the Mets missed a golden opportunity here over the last 3 days to gain some ground on the Phillies, especially with the Mets, still with their injuries and still playing a little inconsistent. The Orioles are a team that they should be taking 2 out of 3 from at least. And so, I think they missed a good opportunity here to make up a few games on the Phillies. My other takeaway from this series is the bullpen. And really, for one of the few times this year, the bullpen let the Mets down. Feliciano struggled in games 2 and 3 of the series. And then obviously K-Rod not even able to get, one out in game 3 and blowing what I feel is his first true save of the year. Obviously, when Castillo dropped that pop-up in the Yankees game, that was a blown save for K-Rod, but not really his fault. This one, totally on his shoulders, which is fine. I mean, he's going to blow a game here and there. That's okay. But he didn't even get an out. And so the bullpen, which has been really, really good this year so far, really sort of let the team down in this particular series. Now it's time for my Who's Hot, Who's Not segment. Who's hot right now? It's good to see Daniel Murphy showing some signs of life here. In the last 2 games of the series here, he did have 3 hits and, drove in a few runs. So, it's good to see Daniel Murphy. Hopefully he's starting to turn it around a little bit. He's taking the ball to the opposite field. It's good to see him starting to get a few hits here and there. So hopefully this will, the last 2 games of the series will be something he can build upon. And let's see if he can get back to the form he was earlier in the season where he was hitting the ball. Obviously there's been a lot of talk, a lot of trade talks with the Mets needing to get a first baseman, so on and so forth. But until then, we really need some production out of first base, whether that be Murphy or Tatis. So it's good to see Murphy the last few games sort of hopefully finding his swing again and getting some hits. On the flip side of that, who's not hot right now, Fernando Martinez. He's only batting 194 on the season now. And, at times he just looks overmatched at the plate. And that, should be expected, I guess, a little bit. He is a rookie. This is his first go-around since being called up from the minors. So, but he is struggling right now. I know that Manuel had him batting second for a while there, but now he's dropped him a little bit in the lineup. And it'll be interesting to see sort of what happens with Fernando Martinez here over the next few days or so, because now that the Mets aren't playing any more games in American League parks, Sheffield isn't going to be DHing anymore, and if he's healthy, he's going to be out in left field. And, I'm hoping that the Mets do continue to play Ryan Church in right field. So, what does that do with Fernando Martinez? You don't really want a rookie just sitting on the bench like that. It'd be better for him if he was down in the minors and playing and getting at bats. So it'd be interesting to see what the Mets do here with Fernando Martinez over the next few days now that they're done playing in American League parks. Up next for the Mets are the Tampa Bay Rays as they begin a 10-game homestand, which is a tough homestand. They have Tampa Bay, St. Louis, and the Yankees. But the Mets really need to kind of turn this around and take 2 out of 3 here. The Mets have now lost their last 3 series against Philly, the Yankees, and Baltimore. And, at the beginning of the Philly series, I said that this was a tough stretch for the Mets coming up here where they are going to be playing some pretty good teams. And so far, not so good, as they've lost, those first 3 series within this stretch here of playing these tough teams. So hopefully, with the 10-game homestand coming up, tough teams coming into town, it'd be nice to see the Mets get off to a good start and take 2 out of 3 against Tampa Bay. And that's it for my series recap, guys. Let me know what you think about the Orioles series, Fernando Martinez, Daniel Murphy, the Mets bullpen, the upcoming Tampa Bay series as well. Talk to you guys soon.